Mam Weng, say hi to my subscribers. When are you gonna come for your interview? In the studio. That's in-flight entertainment is hanging out with Mam Weng.
You cannot say to the commercial, hey, can you please get our for only one passenger? No. If you do that, then you need to pay for 30,000 pesos.
Guys, Mam Weng is serious when she say they cannot say no. I'm telling you, she takes that seriously.
Yeah, when you are happy what you are doing, God will bless you a lot.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Yes, I am excited because the long-awaited interview is here. In the past, I have interviewed pilots. I have interviewed missionary nurse. Well, guess what? Today we're going outside of the norm and we're going to be interviewing a very special guest. She's a friend. We work together, etc. And if you like these videos, you know what to do. Please subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Let us know how you are benefiting from these videos, and please share them with your family and friends and those that you think can benefit from these videos. Without further ado, I want to welcome you to Flying by Faith and my little channel. Just tell us a little who you are.
Well, I'm Mam Weng Corpuz, but the people called me Weng, Mam Weng. Mostly people called me Mam Weng. I don't know why. It's so easy, maybe because R is maybe it's very hard for them to pronounce. And I'm native born from Palanan, Isabela. And my mom and my dad is from Ilocos. My mom was native born in Palanan too. So I grown up from Palanan together with the Agtas because my nanny before is Agta. So every time that my mom going out for her schooling, because she's a policewoman and my father is a policeman also, is I went to the Agtas community because my nanny brought me there in their house because no one there in my mom's house. Of course, I will play with them until I grown up together with them. So sometimes I got their tradition and culture as well. Grade 4, my mom was passed away, and my dad was need to reassign in Dibilacan. And me and my brother was left to my grandmother in Palanan. After that, when I finished my high school, I need to go to college, to the university, and I finished my degree course as Bachelor of Nursing in St. Ferdinand College. And then after that, I took the board exam. I try to get some job, but sometimes here in the Philippines it's very hard. And then I got some volunteer job in provincial hospital, but that's only 6 months and no salary at all. Decided to go to work in abroad because I have my brother need to go schooling and I need to support him too. I stay in the convent so that I can have some of my scholarship. And my uncle, who is a policeman, was sending me money for my tuition fee. My food is from the convent. So, yeah, I have a lot of struggles when my mom passed away, even my brother. So, we survived. God is good. When I decided to work in abroad, every time, after 2 years, I went for vacation here in the Philippines. I go home. When I am coming back home, it's like a festival. There's a lot of Agtas waiting for me.
Alright, so I notice you keep mentioning Agta, and many of these viewers might not know who these people are. When you say an Agta, who are we talking about?
Oh, this is the native people in Palanan.
The ones that look like me, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
people think I'm an actor, guys. So you want to know what a Filipino actor look like? Just look like me, curly hair, darker skin, and I like their faces are relatively small. I noticed
Yeah.
smaller head.
But they're not. They are not. Most of them are small, not tall, not so tall. Yeah, they are native. Yeah, they don't want to call anything. Just Agta.
Oh, that's how they want to
Yeah.
be referred to. The
Yeah. Sometimes some people call them Dumagat in Tagalog, but the older one was called me. I called him grandfather. The elder for the Agdas, they call, please tell to your friends that don't call me Dumagat
Oh,
or
it's like a
Pugod.
nickname they do. Oh, okay.
Just
Agta
Agta
is good
is
enough.
fine. Yeah.
Nice. So, what brought you back to the Philippines?
My grandmother get sick. She was diagnosed by cancer, colon cancer, stage 2, and the doctor was told me it's only 6 months to 1 year to live. And I said no, because at that time I have my kids with her. I need to choose either my career or my family. My dream is going to Canada. My dream is always going to Canada. But, well, sometimes we are asking to God, I like this, I like this, I like this. But sometimes even God saying to you, no, this is not for you, but you're still blind and you're still deaf because that's what you want.
Right.
I have my good decision and I will never regret for it.
That's good.
And I have my fasting for 1 week.
Well, now you're back in the Philippines. You have given up your cherished dreams and so on. Could you share with us a little of what was it like being an OFW or overseas worker? What was it like?
Well, it's very hard. For me, because I am a nurse, it's good because I have a big salary. But if you are a domestic helper, it's very hard. And it's really sacrifice because you cannot, if you have a kids in the Philippines, if you have your husband in the Philippines, you cannot give your love, you cannot give your attention because you have your work in another country. You need to stay there for 2 years for your contract.
And
Yes.
so being away is the challenge,
Yeah.
like physically.
Yeah, you
away
cannot
from-
see them from time to time. You cannot talk to them as long as you want, or you cannot stay with them in the night. Yeah, it's very hard.
I'm sure it is. I've been away from Jamaica now, guys, for like 4 years, and I don't have a big family, but I do have those times where I wish I could like see my mom, see my friends, and the phone call, text message. Sometimes it's not enough. You know, you want that closeness, but I guess we still gotta do. All right, so now you're back in the Philippines. You decide to come back home, help your family. What job opportunities presented itself? Like, what job options did you have when you came back home?
Well, after my grandmother medication, we go back in Polanan, and I visited my Agta family, and they're telling me a lot of stories, and you know my heart was melted because sometimes some people was using them and taking some advantage with them. So I said, okay, I need to do something so that I can help them more because I cannot help them through my pocket only because I have my family. I am a single mom. So I said I need to apply in the government or whatever it is. And then I go to the NCIP, to the National Commission on Indigenous People, until one of my friends, who is a very influential friend of mine, and she's a good friend of mine, and she said, why you don't make some association for them so that you can have some funds for them, charity, since you are helping them. So she is the one to give me an idea. Oh, yeah, that's a good thing because I can ask some donations or help from the government so that I can make some projects for them. And at that way, I can help them more and more for their needs. Yeah.
That sounds good. So basically, are you primarily just helping the actor? Like they're the ones who rely on you mainly for help, the indigenous people?
No, for now, since I have a connections in the hospitals and in Malasakit Center, well, we are accepting some of the communities. We are giving our services in the communities, even especially in the coastal areas are holding 5 municipalities for now: Palanan, Maconacon, Dinapigay, San Mariano, and Dibilacan. So not only the Agtas, everybody has the right to help. Everybody wants asking some help from me, then I will help them.
So what help though? Like house, money, cars, like because when you say help, I'm like, oh, I need a cell phone. Okay, now we're in this. I need a computer. I need internet. What help do people would
No,
ask you for?
usually they ask a help from medications, bill from the hospitals, and their fare for traveling, going back home, house to stay while waiting for their travel time or travel date.
Like, what's a regular day like for you?
Well, before I didn't shut down my phone because every time, but my daughter told me, "Mom, please silent your phone," because sometimes 1 a.m. someone called me, "I need your help." 2 a.m. I need your help, or asking, "I need to go buy pamas." Yeah. So my daughter like, "Mom, I can't sleep. Please silent your phone." And I said, you know what? If I will shut down my phone, many lives will gone.
So I remember you mentioned that people would call, like they're in the hospital and they need like blood or something, or
Yeah.
their medical bill. How would they know that they can contact you though? How do you become an option? I'm in the hospital and I need this, and I know I can call Mam Weng to offer some assistance.
One of the patients, if I will help some of them, that please, if someone needs my help, please give my number.
Oh,
Yes. Sometimes I give the number of my secretary, or I give the number in the hospital.
So are you a government official though? Like, what title do you have? For those who are wondering, because I'm sure you guys want to know, like, what are you?
Yeah. We are a non-government officers. We are NGOs. Yeah. And I am the president of the AGTA Economic Development Associations. And that is the connecting with the NCIP as well. And with the AGTAs for the whole coastal town. So the coastal town was existing for 5 municipalities. Yeah, so not only the AGTAs for now, also the community, the whole community. As long they need my help, then I will help them.
So you're basically, you said non-government, so NGO guys mean non-government officials, you're not a government official, but somehow there's this distance between the local people struggling and the government that's supposed to be helping these people. So you as an NGO, you're that middleman between the people and the government, basically.
Yeah.
So you are able to pull the government strings and direct their attention to where the needs are and so on.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like the setup. So, I met you because I came here up north and I got assigned with the airplane, and you were one of my contacts.
Yeah.
And I noticed that whatever challenges I have, I would call you up and we can just iron it out real quick, whatever challenges, etc. What I want to know and what I want you to share with us is what was the impact like? Like, share with us a little bit. You mentioned coastal town, and from further videos, guys, coastal town means that it's areas like here in the north. You have these small towns that is basically cut off by the Sierra Madre Mountains. So the fastest way to travel to them is by airplane. When you do before COVID, you could travel easy, but it takes a long time, and if you have certain illness, it's even more challenging. So with airplanes now, we're able to get in. Could you share with us a little of what was your job like without having our aviation ministry to assist you in reaching people in the coastal town?
Well, before it's fine because before when there's no COVID at all, because there's no protocol at all, you just go to the airport and they will accept you. For now, it's really hard because they need some, it's like AGTAS. The AGTAS has no money at all. They don't have a stable job. So when the PAMAs were existing, I just easily call you, hey Cap, can you please help the AGTAS from Palanan? It's emergency. So farmers will travel even there's no passenger, even only one passenger, you can travel it. But in the commercial flights, of course, they cannot travel for one passenger only. And unlike the farmers, once that I told you, Captain, we have an emergency patient in Dibilacan, in Maconacon, or in Palanan. So you just say, Mam Weng, I can do it at 6 a.m. So 4 a.m. you just give me a message that you're ready, and by the time that the weather is good, then you can go there. So the big impact now that the PAMAS is shut down, those emergency patients, we cannot bring them here as soon as we wanted, because you cannot say to the commercial, hey, can you please get our for only one passenger? No. If you do that, then you need to pay for 30,000 peso. Where can I get 30,000 peso? Where the ACTA get the 30,000 peso? Even the community, if you are a poor people, no, you need to sell your land, you need to sell your Carabao or anything. Then, after you pay for that, what money you spend in the hospital? What money you buy for your medicines, for your food? So, that's why it's a big thing that PAMAS is here.
Okay. So basically, then you're saying that even though, because when TV5, when Channel 5 featured my story and posted it on their Facebook page, a lot of people, because it's in Tagalog, you know, the language of the Filipinos, I noticed that a lot of individuals, their comment was, it's nice what these foreigners are doing with the airplane in helping these poor people, but people were really angry at the government. Like, a lot of the comments were, why isn't the government doing anything? Why the government can't? So from your office now, where you're the middleman between the government and the people who are struggling, how do you get your sources of income to help them when they're in the hospital, to help them to move around, housing, medicine, surgery, etc.? How do you get funds? If it's not too private, do you mind sharing?
Well, we have some people giving us donations, and then I also asked some government officials will help them to give them like fare for the plane. Yeah, and I called the mayor, like Palanan. If it is from Palanan, I call the mayor from Palanan so that she will be the one to charge for their fare. Or in Dibilacan, I call the mayor in Dibilacan, or in Maconacon, as well with the patients that they cannot be able to pay for their fare. But in the hospital, we have some senators who's giving in the Malasakit Center. Has a good heart. So our Malasakit Center is funded by Bongo. that is for the poor to the poorest.
Okay.
Yes. So if they will present their indigency, or we know that he or she is an indigent, then we will do some documentation, and the bill is free. Or if they can use their pill health, something like that, or if they don't know how to do their pill health, or if they are a member of Corpus, we can help them how to do that so that they can have their bill will be charged for free. Yes.
So for those who are wondering, as I said, I mean, I know it's not in the Filipino language and so on, but as an NGO that stands between the people and the government, how would you say the government is doing a good job in helping the people from your office? When you call them up and ask for help, what is their response like? Are they doing a good job for you?
Yeah, when I will be the one to call them, they're very responsive as well. If I said that, oh, I need help from this patient. Okay, how many of them? So I will tell them, okay. So they are very responsive too. And as well our congressman for this every district, they are also giving funds in the hospitals. But sometimes people don't know that.
And that's the question, because I'm curious. Why is it that people don't know? Is it that these government officials are very humble about what they do? Because people always say, "Oh, the government is not doing anything." But why don't they know?
No, because these people are from the remote areas. They don't have signal for internet. They don't have signal for TV. Yes. You know, Costa Town is a remote area.
Yeah.
It is an isolated area. The only transportation that we have is airplane. But during summertime, we can do by boat. But it takes time. It takes 8 hours. But if you are a sick person, then you will be die for that.
Yeah, you don't have 8 hours. Gotcha. What led you to ask us to transport medicine for these areas?
That is from the LGU.
Oh, and LGU guys mean local government unit.
Yeah, they ask help because nobody will transport at that time. No airplane could fly at that time during COVID time. The lockdown time, only Pamas will be able to fly. That's why the mayor was asking me if we will help.
And one of the reasons, guys, why I really wanted to get this story from Mam Weng is from that perspective where people don't know what the government is doing, and I'm happy because I've seen it. I've transported, I've done the flights, I see the behind the scenes. So we're really grateful for non-government officials like yourself and the rest of your team who take it upon themselves to find the people with the money and the influence and plead with them and bring the needs of the poor. Let me ask you a question. You doing something like that, are you getting like a big paycheck? Like, do you make a lot of money doing? How much of it, like, you tell me your phone is silenced because if you turn it off, lives will be lost. Who pays you to monitor your phone 24/7?
No one. No one.
Wow.
No paycheck at all.
So why do you do it though? Like, I mean, anyone else could do it. Like, what drives you to put that amount of effort, not fully being paid to help people?
Well, my objective is to help people. My humanitarian activities is a big help for them, and I'm happy to do it. I'm very happy to do it and to help people, especially the Agdas. The Agdas has no power, has no voice. They are very ashamed.
Wow.
Yeah, they cannot speak to the big people. to the government. They cannot say, hey, give me this one, we need this. No, they just stay where they are.
So did you personally benefit from these government officials' ability to help? Why you're motivated to help other people to have access?
Yeah, because some mayors in the coastal town is my family as well.
Oh.
They are my relatives, so they cannot say no to me.
Guys, Mam Weng is serious when she say they cannot say no. I'm telling you, she takes that seriously. So no one will die on your watch.
No. If I will be the one to call, then they say immediately yes.
Wow.
If they say no, I don't know what happened.
No, they're gonna die. Okay, I got you. So as we wrap this interview up, we got a couple questions. I'm sure a lot of people, they're gonna be watching your story. They're gonna be watching this video. And you mentioned like people in charge of corporations where it's not just government officials and mayors and senators, etc., but you have people who have a lot of money and influence, whether they give supplies in terms of food or they give money. What if those other individuals, whether it be overseas or here in the Philippines, is listening to your story and they decide they want to be one of those contact person that you can send an email or a phone call to solicit their financial help to reach people in the coastal town? How do you have a system where they can find you and reach out to you?
Yeah, we have our email in the office. We have our bank account for the office. It is not my bank account.
You hear that, guys? Not hers. It's the office's bank account. So do you have a website and so on, or just email?
We have a page, email, and contact number, and account number for the charity.
Okay, so we're gonna be flashing those on the screen. So I'll put the email, the phone number, and the account number as well, and they can reach out to you. She does have a Facebook page, account for herself. And do you have a Facebook page for your organization as well?
Yeah, we have, and we are very updated for our documentations activities.
Okay, so people can do a thorough background check to see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And the good thing I like too is, as you mentioned, that it's not your personal bank account, but there's a system, there's an office, and you're just the president of that organization.
Yes.
And what is life like leading that team? Do you have the people you're working with, are they also self-sacrificing like you? We know the president can be nice, but the rest of the workers might be a little different. What is the team like that you're working with?
Well, our team is they are also very coordinated, and the board of directors who has more monies, they are also donating some to the
so
charity.
everyone go the extra mile.
And if I will say that, oh, we need this project, so we need to pull out anyone who can pull out the strings for this project for the antlers. They will give. If I will if I will give 10,000, then they will give 10,000 one by one, each of them, so that we can do this project as soon as possible.
I remember one thing she had shared too, guys, is that you're open to the idea of having an airplane for your organization. An airplane with a pilot would be a good investment for you, right? That's one project you said you would like to have, right? And our director promised Mam Weng, he told me that himself, Cap Dwayne promised that if her organization was to get an airplane for what you guys do and the pilot, Philippines Adventist Medical Aviation Services is willing to assist you guys with the maintenance of that aircraft. He did give me that assurance. He said, if she gets an airplane, we're more than willing to offer our assistance. Yeah, he told me that on the phone. So if you guys have a nice airplane that you're not using, Mam Weng office organization with a pilot. And I told you too, I was like, I could volunteer once a week, twice a week, and do some flights, etc. But I could see that as a good investment where, because, you know, even the Palmas airplane is not just for your office and organization. And I've seen where you call me up, but there's another need somewhere else, and I have to like, Mom, okay, I got to do this one first. It's more critical, and then I'll help you with that. So I would personally reach out to, you know, if you guys are watching this and you're a pilot in the Philippines, you have your own airplane, and you want to do something very useful with it. Mam Weng's office is a place that you could do some flight hours, bring cargo and people to help her move. And does your office help with anything educational for them, like teach them how they can maybe work or help themselves or plan or family planning? Do you guys offer any educational stuff?
Yeah, family planning, and we have our office also is having a scholarship, offering a scholarship for the AGTAs. Not only the AGTAs, even to the poor.
Right.
Yeah, community if they wanted, and my office is welcome for them.
So
Those students that their parents they cannot afford to send them in the school, in the college, then we have our scholarship to the iPad, Indigenous People Education.
Alright. So Mam Weng, I really appreciate you coming. It was a blessing to get your story. We'll share it with the whole world because I think a lot of people can benefit from your story. Do you have anything that you would like to share with our viewers, like to just encourage them? Maybe they're thinking about being an NGO like you, to find people with the money and the influence to help in another parts of the Philippines or another part of the world. What would you say to them of getting started with something like that?
Well, helping people is not bad, but when you are helping people, it is a really sacrifice, because some people, if they are doing what I am doing now, is they're asking for paycheck, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, when you are happy what you are doing, God will bless you a lot. He will provide everything for you. Don't ask anything. Don't ask anymore for paycheck, because everything was there. He will provide everything for you.
Amen.
Yes.
Alright, so it's like this, guys, do the work and God will provide the means. I'm really happy that I'm a missionary pilot without a paycheck going on. And I think that's what connects me most with your story of someone who doesn't necessarily, you know, it's not church based, but you have this heart for helping people and you're willing to sacrifice your home. Because I drop people off at your house all the time. I pick them up, and her home, guys, I just picked her up for the interview and I saw like 4 or 5 actors that poking their heads out, hey, waving at me, and she's like, oh, they're leaving to go back home on Wednesday. And when I see that as a Christian, for me, I'm like, I'm really happy that I am a missionary Christian, because if I wasn't and I see someone else saying, Cop, I'm not paid for this, I don't get a big paycheck, but I'm sacrificing my own home, I'll go in my own money if I have to. I'm glad I'm a missionary listening to your story, because if I'm not a missionary listening to this story, I'd be like, man, what am I doing?
This woman is crazy.
Yeah. And so anyways, I'm happy for Mam Weng's story. And if you guys want to hear more from her, leave some comments. What question would you want her to answer? And I will invite her for another interview to address those questions, because it's not live, so we're not doing Q&A session. But if you have any questions for Mam Weng, put it into this comment section below. Send me a private message, email them to her and say, oh, I want to know this or that. And if you want to see another interview with her, we will definitely schedule that. So thank you again for coming, Mam Weng. Thanks for sharing your
Thank you.
story with the world. And mabuhay from the Philippines. God bless.